Let's go, let's brawl, let's talk. We're here in the building doing our podcast. It's episode 1. I'm here with Duval, Andre, Francis, Ray. We're going to be talking about and reviewing what the action just happened on the weekend.
Yeah, so today we're going to, like I said, we're going to talk about Crawford Khan and other what happened boxing throughout the weekend. What happened the weekend? So yeah, so Crawford Khan, what happened, man? What happened?
Whoa.
It's a lot of controversy.
BT Sport pay-per-view,
Yeah.
ESPN pay-per-view. To me, personally, Khan he straight up quit, man.
That's the question, isn't it? Like, did Khan quit?
That's a hard one, man, because I saw the highlight. I'm like, raw. It's hard, man. It's hard to say.
You know what? I'm a Khan fan as well. I think he definitely quit.
Yeah. I'm just
no doubt it's a low blow. No doubt. But
of course,
it's not. If you have the heart, if you have the hunger for it, it's not a reason to quit like that. He
When I
wasn't really in pain like that. You
Exactly.
can tell. So
There was confusion with the whole thing as well. When I was watching it live, all I've seen is Khan basically getting battered from pillar to post. He was getting back into it, sort of, and then I'm seeing it, and the referee he gets low blowed, and then the referee waves it off. I'm thinking, hold on, what's gonna happen? Is Crawford gonna lose here? Like, are they gonna take it away from him? Because I'm thinking that's gonna be the cheapest way to like ever win a fight. But luckily, it was just a stoppage. But it's just, I've seen an interview all my life. I've seen an interview where Khan's like, what did the referee tell you? He was like, he told me I've been hit low. You have the choice. You can wait up to 5 minutes. And then he was like, okay, so why didn't you take the 5 minutes? And then he literally said, I didn't know I had the 5 minutes, blah, 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 blah. Honestly, there's an interview.
Excuses.
Yeah, there's an interview. And he said it right after. He was like, I didn't know I was getting 5 minutes, the full 5 minutes. I didn't know I probably would have taken it. Don't know, it sounds a bit fishy to me. Man.
I was watching a video of Teddy Atlas. He was questioned about his heart as well. Like,
Yeah.
I saw that same one.
Yeah.
On to be fair, on the night, we'll say on the night, because he's proven his heart. He's proven his heart throughout his career. I'm not gonna let this one performance just.
I think this just shows it's like Khan's like, it's just he's doing it for the payday now. To be honest.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I agree.
This might just be his last bow down, at the top level,
So no Brooks.
The thing is, who wants to see it though? It's English fans who want to see it really.
No one really wants to see it.
And that's mainly because
really.
of the banter. It's not really a fight that I'm not gonna stay up for that. If I'm being honest, I wouldn't stay up till 4 AM to watch that.
Man.
If it's British, then
Wouldn't
you
even stay up till 11. Still bed.
The thing is though, I think they might both be in the same boat now because if there's no reason to fight Kell Brook for anyone else, because Kell Brook's a decent fighter, and lost to Triple G, lost to Errol Spence, like it's kind of a situation where you don't need to fight Kell Brook. You're not going to get anything from fighting him.
He's going to bounce between 154 and 147.
Yeah.
But what I will say is, actually, what does Brook bring nowadays?
He don't bring nothing.
I think, if we're talking about Crawford, who's he going to fight next? Because I want to get onto the fight action in a bit. But who's he going to fight next? Let's be honest. He's not fighting anyone near on the Heyman side, honestly. So when you break it down, who else really is there? Pacquiao's even gone to Al Heyman himself. Who else is there? What, a Benavidez rematch? I think Crawford versus Brook, that's the best opportunity that Crawford has for another big relevant fight. Whether it's pay-per-view or not, it's just another big name and another relevant pay-per-view fight. And it's also an opportunity to compare his performance against how Spence did against him.
That's good. That's true.
And luckily enough, they have entertained the idea of Brook versus Crawford. His sister was even calling him out. You know what I mean?
That'll be interesting fight. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Because Kell Brook, he's a good fighter.
And he's big as well.
Yeah. Issues with the eye socket. Apart from that, he's a good fighter.
Yeah.
Kell Brook's too fine, man.
Yeah.
But other than that, who else is there?
Yeah.
There's no one else. There's no one in the welterweight division that you can fight with because, bro, like you
It's a
said,
cold war, man.
everyone, majority of welterweights in ABC, no.
BBC,
BBC,
yeah.
innit? So, well, who's the top basically welterweight? Even though Kell Brook ain't welterweight, but he's like you said, both weights, isn't it? But I see Brook quitting that fight, man. Sorry, man. I see him quitting that fight, man.
And he's gone out and said that, I'd never quit in a fight. Obviously, his circumstances were more understandable against Spence and his eye socket. But when you're about to fight and the ref's saying go on, and then you go on your knee, that's also quitting. But his reasons more, it wasn't as bad. It wasn't as
not as bad as Khan's.
Yeah. And plus, I'm not in their shoes. I can't even. You know what I mean? I'm not in their shoes. I didn't receive the punishment.
Eye socket. It is bad. It is pretty bad.
But to go back to what we were saying before, that's the only way I see Brook versus Khan still happening. Not that anyone gives a damn. If Brook goes and fights Crawford and then loses to Crawford, where else can either of them two go? They can go for one more fight, the retirement fight, the last fight.
That will be their showdown. That's like the Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather.
Yeah,
like,
for real.
For UK, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, not that anyone's that interested in it, but the banter between them is quite funny. Their rivalry. it is funny. That's why it kind of gets me entertained. But if I'm be honest, who wins that?
I think Brook, man.
I think Brook would win
Brook.
that.
Yeah, probably Brook. I'm not gonna lie. I hate myself saying it, but probably Brook.
Before I was a Khan, man. Before I was a Khan. Yeah. But since this performance now, let's see. Nah, man. Brook.
He's really made me down.
Brook will actually do dirt now.
So let's go back to the Crawford Khan fight. How did you lot actually break that down? That fight down? How did you see it?
Crawford surprised me.
Personally, I was impressed. I was very impressed with Crawford, and I was disappointed with Khan. That's basically the gist of the fight for me. I didn't expect Crawford to easily box Khan like that. He looked quite big in that fight.
It's like Timmy Bradley said. Like Timmy Bradley said, he said the something about with Crawford you have to box Khan in. Yeah, you can't slug first, or you have to outbox Khan, man. Yeah, once you can outbox Khan, you don't know what to do still. So yeah.
See, as soon as the first right hand landed, that was it. He was on wobbly legs already. I was like, oh my gosh, here we go again. Literally the first power punch that Crawford landed, he was gone.
This is the problem with Khan, because Khan can't stick to a game plan. And in my opinion, I don't think he studied Crawford enough as he should have. Because even if you look to some of the training, like he's having interviews with BT Sport, and he's talking about the fights that he's seen in Crawford, he can only name about 2 or 3. I was thinking, how are you fighting the guy in 2 or 3 weeks if you're saying you've only seen about 2 or 3 of his fights?
But then again, he knows this is a big opportunity, man, because Crawford's like number 1 pound fight. You have to take him serious, innit?
Yeah, he was.
He probably did take him serious, but he was surprised that the guy came out like that.
But the thing is that I'm not that surprised by Crawford, because you look at Crawford's previous fights, he kind of always starts slow. He monitors what that fighter is doing. He's not mirroring, but he's monitoring what they're doing. He's kind of trying to understand their rhythm, understand their pattern. And even looking at it, bear in mind that's in the first round. He must have understood Khan's pattern real quick to just land a shot like that on him, clean, and he got dropped. And Khan's, I know everyone makes fun of Khan's chin. It's not that weak, man. It's
shaky.
He's not exactly
wrong.
You
can take a punch, man. You can take a punch. Like Andrew Ward said, you can't take 7 punch, man.
Because he went on till round 6.
Yeah.
He got stopped in round 6.
But again, man, that stoppage, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. And there was a video that's had that slow replay and clear view, man. There's a clear view here, but I just need that good replay, man.
A lot of people, I feel unfairly saying, oh, that was your leg, it wasn't your balls. To be fair, it could have been his high thigh, but there's no saying that your high thigh, you can still cause impact to your nuts. Do you know what I mean? It could still.
Either way, it was a low blow.
It was a low blow, yeah.
And he still can take that 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Which he didn't, which is,
that's the issue.
My opinion, it was just it was an excuse. He was looking for a way out.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
He was starting to put some serious level on him.
I was expecting him to be more aggressive in the first round, and he wasn't. How would you say Okay, apart from obviously can't score him on a knockdown, I guess. But second round, third round, what would you say? Who was the dominant player? Who won those second and third rounds?
Me personally, I gave it to. I don't remember Khan winning a round.
I think I could have given Khan one round where he did fairly well, but I don't know if it was enough for him to win the round. I had Crawford winning the majority of the rounds.
And that brings me to the next conversation. Khan's never been outboxed. Now, to me, he was like, Crawford was doing really well, probably the best that someone's ever done against Khan boxing-wise throughout a long period of the first half of the fight. But the question is Crawford that good, or is Khan just really that past it?
I think you passed it.
Mixture of the two.
Yeah,
I do feel it's a mixture of the two.
combination of the two. Definitely.
Yeah. But when I saw Khan versus Vargas, and then I saw a clip literally right after of 10 years ago, him versus Barrera. I know it's a lower weight, but his legs, his foot movement, his hand speed, it was just more crisp. He just looked way more sharp. His combinations were flowing a lot more faster. He just looked like a different fighter. And going in, I should have looked at it as a foregone conclusion, like, Khan, you're not winning this.
Yeah.
But it's easy to say that looking back, innit?
Yeah, it's true.
Danny Garcia and Adrian Granados. What's your feedback or review?
So Granados ain't been stopped before,
Yeah.
and I think it's the first time that he's been stopped
Mm-hmm.
by Danny Garcia. I think it was a good performance by Garcia. It was a good comeback fight after his. Who was his last fight?
It was Portland.
It was
Porter,
his
yeah.
last-
So it was a comeback fight. It's a pretty solid win for him. He looked good out there. I was more so disappointed in Granados because I've seen him fight previously, so I expected a bit more from him, but he needs to work on his defense quite a bit.
True.
Yeah.
Garcia definitely impressed me.
Same. Because he looked more relaxed and throwing punches out there, man.
And when was his last stoppage? I think Garcia mentally he got too comfortable at the top.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Rios. Yeah, it was Rios.
That was dirty, man.
Yeah, that was.
That was dirty.
I feel like Garcia, he definitely, after the last two fights he's had, he definitely needed a performance like this for confidence, for notoriety, for you know what I mean, reputation. He needed a good victory.
You had no choice, huh?
Yeah, and I feel like he's actually stuck at a level where he's too good for the B-level fighters. I feel like he's probably an A-level fighter, but he's not like... He's at the bottom of the pile in terms of the Spence, who I think beats him, Porter beat him, Thurman beat him, Crawford would beat him, Pacquiao probably beats him. Debatable.
That's tough to say.
That's tough, yeah. So that's my issue. Like he's at the bottom of the ranks, but
Thurman
now
really
you
knocked
put him
him.
in with the Granados. You know?
Thurman knocked him down, and that's the problem. Once you get to the stage, it's like an all or nothing fight in that sense. I mean, don't get me wrong, Porter is a big player as well for that, but Thurman was like the first, and that's where he kind of just kind of fell off there, man. But he's an underrated fighter in my opinion. Mate. He's a wicked fighter.
His resume is high, man.
Really high. But he's not really rated. Like I mean, not a lot of people really know about him, or not outside the boxing community at least.
Nah, more.
Maybe in Philadelphia, but that's about it.
There's a lot to criticise because he's had a lot of gift decisions and controversial. Like
One of the fight did, man. One of the fight he did got gifted.
Yeah. Peterson, the go-to one they say is Peterson.
Pereira, isn't it?
Who?
So there's two basically.
Pereira's
I do
first.
remember that. That's why they call him Danny Gift.
I forgot about Peterson.
Yeah.
I forgot about Peterson. I remember what was
Herrera.
it? Herrera, innit? I remember Herrera.
Boston.
I saw the fight live as well. This is right. Okay, you might win this, but wait, when I had to go to Danny, this is fair enough, man. This is boxing, man.
The problem with Garcia is he's always had a slow start. That's why in this fight he impressed me a lot because from the get-go he was already throwing like a couple of punches and he was doing damage. So
I feel like he does have an underrated IQ as well. I'm not saying it's the best or anything, but he knows when to time, he knows when to counter.
Yeah, I agree.
Like he really he showed levels between the top elite guys when he fought Granados.
it's definitely top.
Styles do make fights, obviously.
I think out of all the welterweight division, I think put Pacquiao aside and he don't count.
Mm.
I think his resume is not appreciated, man. Like,
Mm.
like he has a resume better than all the top ballways out there. I'm not right. Why people ain't giving the guy credit for that, man? But then again,
It's just because the way his career's moved, he's he didn't take certain fights when he had to, and obviously with this certain wins that are debatable.
he has been around for a
reason,
long
right?
time as well. He was young when he first came on the scene. I first saw him against Zab Judah, and a lot of people first saw him initially in the
Calm
two.
fight.
The calm.
That's
fight.
what
I was gonna say the Barrera when he knocked him out with the left kicks.
No, it wasn't Morales.
Morales, that's the one.
He fought Batista as well. That was when I first saw him. I've seen the Zab Judah fight, but I think that was the first one I've seen like actually watching it live. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I thought Batista would knock him out.
When he beat Batista, then he became like the king of the 140 division.
That was when he was the man at 140. Yeah, gotta give him credit for that.
It was. Then when he stepped out of welterweight, it was too different. Like you said, man. It's like he's not a B fighter. Like, he's not like a top A fighter, man. It's like
He's just not a natural welterweight. He's just not big enough to. Well, I wouldn't say big enough. Just.
So I think it's skill as well.
It
I
is
think it's
skill
just
as
a
well,
mixture of everything.
trust.
But impressive victory. It's just exactly what he needed.
Yeah,
Now he can get back to getting big fights, and he showcased his power.
Which fight though?
Yeah.
Which fight?
Which fight though? Which fight's out there for him?
Everyone on PBC really, but I feel he'll just have to wait around for maybe Pacquiao versus Thurman. He could fight Pacquiao, win or lose. I think.
He could.
That's what I see.
Yeah.
I know Pacquiao's rumoured to be fighting Thurman. He's rumoured to be fighting Thurman on pay-per-view.
True.
And that's today. That's today's gossip.
Be a good fight though. But Thurman be trying that shit though.
Oh man.
Then I think it's tough to say. You know, when Thurman came back after his little break, it was a bit different, and that happens with some fighters. I'm hoping Pacquiao wins it. No disrespect to Thurman, but I do want Pacquiao to win it. I still want Pacquiao to kind of show the young bucks that he's still the guy. But
I do lean towards Thurman in that fight.
yeah.
And you know he's been acting like a punk. Like to be honest, recently he has. You know it's very different from the he was a different guy a couple of years ago. Like you better not duck me, son. Like he was that guy. You know what I mean? He was chasing everyone.
But now he's the one you ducking.
Yeah. So 4 years later, he's finally got his Pacquiao fight. Because he was calling for Pacquiao Mayweather 4 years ago.
But then again, why? 4 years later, why would you call that? You call that the same guy that's like 40 now.
Exactly.
And if you win, what you get? You ain't gonna get nothing out of it when you win.
You just the name.
Pacquiao's got nothing to lose really. He's always going to go down as GO80. But
Thurman's a lose-lose situation for him, man.
I do feel Thurman has got the power to deal with Pacquiao though. Me personally, I do think that. If not, just touch him about the ring.
Yeah.
Because Pacquiao's pretty small.
If you don't pull out Adrian Broner, then
The thing with Thurman, what I've liked, but I don't like how he moves with like Garcia. Is that he's got like natural aggression, but it's like well placed aggression. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like he fights aggressive, but it's not like uncontrolled at any moment.
He's got good boxing IQ.
Yeah.
He knows when to release them hammers.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's athletic. He's pretty athletic.
Exactly. But the same way that this guy was, bullying like people like Garcia and stuff, like in their face and stuff. Now he's kind of being a bit shook. So yeah, I hope Pacquiao deals with him, man.
Straight.
Alright, we talk about latest news, man. That just dropped today. Alright, what's the news, man? What's the news today that has been dropped?
Well,
So I read that negotiations have started, or there's agreed terms for Joe Joyce versus Daniel Dubois.
Oh yeah.
So how's that fight might be happening?
Number one contender. No, mandatory in it.
For the British, I think.
British title, yeah.
Yeah.
British title.
I remember they saw something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Now they've actually agreed terms because before it was unlikely.
It was rumoured before.
That would be hard. That'd be a good fight.
That's a very good fight.
That's a good fight.
That's
I think let's go. We should all go to it.
Too early for you.
I said kind of early, like, but
For Dubois.
For Dubai.
no, I would say like the fight in it because both of them talented in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you usually, like when you get the big fights, you wait for like 1 or 2 years.
Yeah. Or someone to have like a title or.
Yeah.
Because none of the, I don't think any of them have got the European belt
Nah.
at all. They're not European level yet, are they?
What did Dubois just get? He got the title.
Nah, you got British, man.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got
Commonwealth-
Oh, he's got
Commonwealth
yeah.
British, I think that Dubois should have waited out to fight, what's his face? Nathan Gorman.
That's right.
But I think Frank Warren won't mind this because now, potentially if Dubois wins, he has 2 prospects. So he doesn't mind falling back on the fact that, okay, you know what, I don't even have to match you 2 together, I have 2 prospects. And I know for a fact Dubois is going to get confidence in George Race's last fight. Because he was getting touched up quite a bit against Thurman. An old
Jojo is real slow as well, man.
He
I won't
is.
lie to you. I was surprised how slow he
Yeah.
was, but we'll see. We'll see.
Now, don't ever let that fool you, because I've seen this guy in the amateurs just. I've seen him prove his worth. We'll put it that way. You know, it's weird. It's almost like a George Foreman effect.
Just
Like it's just so.
yeah.
You know, I don't even know how to explain it. He's heavy-handed as well. I'm convinced he's heavy-handed.
He's got awkward style.
And he's naturally big. Like.
And he's like,
Do my
he's
dress.
athletic as
Yeah,
well.
Joyce. Yeah.
He's very athletic, but he's just got slow hands.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know what it is. Like, he's got everything, but just slow hands.
Just somehow it works. It works.
So were you lot watching that fight, Joseph and Slovene, and like you can see every. It's like I was psychic. I could see every punch he was about to throw. They were that slow. I was like,
And Stefan doesn't move his head as well.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Wait, what round did you stop him? I can't remember what round you
6.
stopped
it
him.
wasn't that
He
early. Yeah.
went to round 6.
That's disappointment, man. That's actually a
He
disappointment.
hurt him early though.
Well,
Yeah.
just dealt with him one time.
But then again, like, I don't know, man. I don't want
Is it
Go
too
off the
early
wall.
for Dubois?
to. Wow.
Is it too early for Dubois?
Dubois
It's
doesn't have
early
to take the
for both.
fight, but Jojo should because
Yeah.
he's like 30 or whatever it is.
He's a big man.
He's trying to like fast forward in his career.
Fast track.
Yeah.
Trying to get that title shot.
Props
Yeah.
to him. He's been calling out everyone. I would like to see.
That's what boxing about. You have to call out, boom, get in the ring.
This would be Dubois' first test. Like,
Mm.
I believe he's got a fight maybe this weekend actually.
He
got a
does
fight
fight
this
27.
Yeah.
He was in Brent Cross.
Yeah.
You know, open workout.
Yeah.
I
I
did.
think it's at Wembley Arena the fight as well.
Some guy, video.
It's an African guy. I think he's 14-0.
When,
Yeah, I think he's a Ghanaian heavyweight. I believe.
raw.
Yeah.
But like I was saying, some guy was video calling him.
Mm.
And he called him. He said, Anthony Josh is in the house. I'm like, I want to show it to me. I'm like, you mad? This is that ain't Anthony Joshua. Tell you what, Cody, that ain't Anthony Joshua, man.
Oh my god.
And this, can't be saying that, man. Sorry, bro.
Well, Joshua's been in the news as well this week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's been calling out Miller's mum. You know, staying true to his word.
Bro, payback, man. Payback.
Payback is a
Bro,
bitch.
man ran his mouth. Man was
He
running
ran
his
his
mouth.
mouth a bit too much.
Way too much.
Yeah, I think Joshua's staying humble with the whole news and just the whole response.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, cheeky little jab.
I did want to see that fight.
I did.
I
I still
really
do.
did want to see that fight.
So,
But Miller ruined it. He literally ruined it.
trust, man.
Yeah.
He ruined it. Now he's not
two
getting
substances
paid.
now, isn't it?
Nah,
Is it two
Yeah,
substances?
3 I think.
I
It
think
was
three.
3.
Three.
His
This guy
second
was trying to kill him.
his B sample or something.
Yeah.
Came up with more things.
That's
This
mad.
guy was trying to be some superhuman.
I
man.
mean, I was like the first one. I was like, I can't allow him. And I had
Nah.
the next 2. I was like, okay, shit.
You
Can't do that about it.
You can't
Those
run
some serious
you
shit.
can't be running your mouth and then get
Yeah.
tested.
Yeah.
And even when the first test came out, yeah, what did he say? He denied everything.
Exactly.
Denied it
He
first
sent
time.
texts.
Bro,
I've
no.
seen IFL TV.
Saying the truth.
He
come
sent
out
text
and
to
stuff.
not only Eddie Hearn, he sent text to Kugan Cassius. What's he doing?
Bro,
This guy's trying to
Put
clear
this
his
one.
name.
people like that are jokes, you know, man, bro.
Mm.
You
What?
messed up
what should his punishment be though? Do you lot think?
Probably like
sort of
probably like a standard year or two ban.
I said 2 years, man.
2 years, man.
2 years, yeah.
So other people won't do the same thing, man.
Exactly. But I feel like the ban for life, even with the Cash Ali thing, I feel like the ban for life, that's just, you know, you're trying to stop
But
someone's money and livelihood.
it's not his first time though. That's the thing.
That's
For
true.
Miller,
But
so
was it in boxing? Was it
You said
kickboxing?
you said
I
kickboxing?
know he's been caught in kickboxing. I know he's
Yeah,
been caught in
yeah.
boxing before.
So you sure?
Yeah, 2 years, man. I said 2 years.
And that's the thing with a steroid like that, where it's like a fat burner, it helps your endurance.
Yeah.
This guy could really and truly, without that stuff, be like 350 pounds with terrible stamina, and he's not really known as a puncher, is he?
Only reason his knockout ratio is high is
Work rate,
because why? Because guys he's fighting ain't as big on that, man. He just uses body weight and shit.
Yeah,
man.
push them
That's
back.
it,
I saw what he did to Washington, boy. That was bullying.
I remember I forgot that Polish guy, man. He done the same thing to him. I forgot that bloody name. Before that, Vitaly Klitschko, he got knocked out, man. I forgot his name. I forgot that. Thomas Sam, I can't remember.
It's not Kalnaki, is it?
Adamek.
Adamek, yeah. Adamek's naturally a cruiserweight.
That's a small.
That really was
That was a
bullying.
mismatch.
That really was.
Shit, bro.
Yeah.
But what about the...
There's a potential Joshua opponents.
Come on, Ortiz, man.
So with Ortiz, there's news.
Talk about Ortiz.
It should be Ortiz. So from like the list, who we going for? I would love to see Ortiz just step in. And what other names are there? There's Andy Ruiz.
That's my I got Andrew Ruiz.
Yeah.
Because I mean, as we know, Ortiz is he's just like turned down the fight for a ridiculous.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna name the list, and I was gonna get onto Ortiz because I don't know what he's playing at. He should have just jumped in. I've been calling him out for ages. I feel like he's hiding behind. Oh, it's not enough money. The figures came out today. They offered him 5 million. He wanted 10. Ortiz, you've got 500,000 in your biggest payday ever against Wilder for the title.
Well, you got paid 500,000.
Yeah, only 500,000.
I thought you got big.
So it's just like, what's happening? And to me, the excuse they hid behind was the whole, oh, it's Eddie Hearn. You know, it's hard to work with a guy that's just trying to lowball you. After several lowball offers, we've decided to decline the fight. I'm hearing they were talking serious money. Like, maybe like 900,000, that could be lowball. And that's still like almost double what you've got before. Do you know what I mean? Maybe even 1 mil, 2 million, you can renegotiate. They offered you 5 million in the reports, and they wanted 10.
Well, that's greedy.
Who does he think he is?
That's great, yeah.
Who does he think he is? What I think it is because he took 500,000. What I really think it is, I heard a rumour how Heyman was blocking the fight, and I think it's something to do with that because they ran with the same propaganda. His manager came out today, and in his statements he was blaming Hearn, and it was lowball and blah 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 blah.
No.
I think there's some anti-Hearn like business going on in America against Joshua, to be honest, to push that. You know, oh, Joshua's a no one, he's fighting bombs, he doesn't really want to take the fight against he's greedy. That's what they're running with to go against him.
Well, compare Joshua resume to the rest of them.
Well, he's the strongest. Absolutely the strongest. Him and White have like the two strongest resumes. Who else is there?
What? As in
The top people, the top resumes. Not the best, just
The top resume.
yeah, the top resumes.
Fury, man. Klitschko.
Fury and a draw against.
Nah.
His resume is not deep though.
Not deep.
Nah.
But he's got. Okay, he's that's the biggest one.
Take away.
He's got
Klitschko,
Maybe Joshua
he
a couple
is-
of Chisoras under there, and that's all I can think of right now.
No, to be honest, British heavyweights actually have more resume than US boxers.
Right now,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's because it's easier to get the fighters over to the UK with the money and the scene.
But bro,
When would you lot want to see Dillian White versus Joshua?
When?
not anytime soon, bro.
Not anytime. Yeah.
I'd
To be
say-
fair,
Yeah.
in retrospect of all of this that's gone on, now I kind of wish that it did happen.
I
You
wish
know what
that
I
he would
mean?
be the replacement. Innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll be ready yet.
Yeah, he won't be ready.
He won't be ready yet, but he'll be ready one day. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Probably after
I'd rather
Wilder after the smoke clears.
Yeah.
And to be honest, he deserves a shot with Wilder.
Of course, man. I've been calling that since day one.
Yeah, he deserves a shot.
Would be really good.
I think if anyone deserves a title shot in the heavyweight division, it's Dylan White.
Of course,
Yeah.
man.
He's taking the hardest fights. Like,
Definitely.
100%.
Like Parker, he took a risk with Parker.
That was a big risk.
That's
Big
it.
risk.
and his next
Did
fight
what?
actually against Oscar Rivas. Not a lot of people don't know about Oscar Rivas, but he's quite a dangerous. He's quite a dangerous guy. He's undefeated as well.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing him as a prospect a couple of years ago.
Yeah. So
He's short in stature. He's built pretty big. To me, that's a good fight. To be
good
honest,
fight as well. Yeah.
that is a good fight. I think it's more of a fight than Fury versus Schwartz,
Definitely.
and it's hard to say with Wilder versus Brazil.
No, even Brazil.
Yeah.
That is terrible.
But that is a good fight. You know what I mean? I think let's Brawl. We should all go out, buy tickets, go get that fight. You know what I'm saying?
Which one?
Take our cameras, Rivas versus White.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I've
another
heard.
good
Yeah.
fight.
Dave Allen's on that. He's just been added to the card apparently.
Oh,
He just fought this weekend as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he should
yeah,
get added to that card, man. He
Yeah.
just slacking, man. Sorry, man. We're getting a pass by it from me, man.
Yeah.
Period.
He did have a good weekend though.
He
I'll
did.
give him that. It's like, as he's claimed, the first fight he's taken serious. What have you been doing your whole career?
Hey, how old is Donny, man? How old is this Donny?
No, he must be early 30s, I think.
Shit, man.
I think so. I think
You know,
so.
in 30s or late 20s, man. This guy's early 30s, bro. He's wasted his years, man. Shit, bro.
He's a likable guy though. I can't really hate on him, but
He's
he's
cool,
not
he's
top.
cool.
He's not top level. Like he's not gonna
You
get
know what?
that shot.
If we're talking, what can Dave Allen do from here? Because he's only had one defeat, I believe,
Two.
against White. Is it?
Ortiz as well.
Yeah, no tease, yeah.
Oh, how could I forget?
Yeah.
How could I forget that?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, he was a slack. He wasn't on serious, man.
Yeah.
How could you not train for these big fights? What? You didn't train for Ortiz, you know? You're crazy. He bust up Lucas Brown's nose though, but he only started to pick up in round 3 when he stopped him, and Brown was actually piecing him up.
Brown was
piecing him up
Brown
in
was
there.
winning that fight
Yeah,
until
yeah.
that one shot. To be honest,
Yeah,
that's how I saw the fight.
I'd say no, because he started working in round 3.
A bit, yeah.
Only Tuesday, only with a couple combinations.
Here and there,
Yeah, yeah.
but Lucas Brown was hitting him easy,
Yeah.
very easy. But
So
you know,
I think I'd actually call for Allen versus Price. That is
That'd
a
be
great
good fight.
undercard fight.
That's good.
Fantastic, but you know what I mean, could probably go on White versus Rivas to make the card deeper.
yeah.
You know, give White some more money. You know what I mean?
Nah, that'd be good.
Yeah, it would.
Good
It
for
would.
Allen.
But that's basically the level that both of them are on, to be honest.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Price ain't going nowhere near, fam.
Yeah,
He done, bro.
he's done. He's been getting bit, been getting slept on. Oh, gosh.
Oh yeah, that's it, man. That's time, man. Time. Wow. Yeah. Good, good.
Catch you next week.
Good podcast. And next week,
guys.
Canelo, Jacobs, what's it called, prediction next week. Damn, man. I'm looking forward to that one, man.
That's
Yeah,
next
that's
week.
it.
You know?
Is it next week?
Next week, yes.
It
Oh
is.
shit, wait, what? The 3rd of May?
Yeah.
Right, man, yeah.
Yeah, 3rd, 4th or something like that.
I better make myself free, man. I might have to cancel God's birthday meals or something.
So,
like that.
Yeah, bro.
What's your predictions for that then?
Right, you gonna do it right.
I'm joking.
We out, bro. Shit, bro.
Peace.